been trying to talk about this for a little while, but I'm going to start with introducing myself if you just came onto this page. My name is Kaylee. I am all about reconnecting with the vessel that is carrying us throughout the day, with somatic movement, with breath work, with grounding, with calling back our energy, with making sure we're setting up protection bubbles over us, okay? I am really, really big on reconnecting with the vessel that carries us throughout the day. I'm also an artist, an energy worker, an energy healer. With that being said, I'm going to speak a little bit about where I came from to help me get to where I was today. And this is not an easy topic for me because the reason why I am so big on reconnecting and listening to our body and actually doing something to help ourselves is because I know it's possible. I grew up so sick. I grew up watching a lot of my family members around me so sick. Rather, that's the choices they made from the things that they consumed, or it was the lack of knowledge that they had and not getting to the root causes, and certain things were given to them because of lack of knowledge. But I grew up with migraines. Really, really bad stomach issues. Really bad. I grew up basically overweight, depressed, massive. I mean, like, clinically depressed and clinically diagnosed with anxiety. I suffered for at least 6 years of my life with consistent migraines. It might have been more than that. I'm not exactly sure. Migraines started when I was in 7th grade. But watching a lot of people around you sick and you being sick, and when I had my son, everything changed in me. Literally. Knowledge kept popping in left and right, and it was overwhelming as well, because it's like, oh my God, you can do that, X, Y, and Z, to maybe feel better. And to slowly incorporate it in my life, it took almost 1.5 years to completely incorporate everything that I was learning to actually live it, with diet changes, with fasting, with movement, with energy work. It took about 1.5 years completely to incorporate it on a regular basis. Food was my very first one, but there was also a point where I couldn't eat at all because I learned about our food system, and a lot of it was really overwhelming. But I have gotten to a point where I am now an intuitive eater, so I will listen to my body and I will not allow myself to overconsume processed foods. Does not mean I don't eat them. I just try not to overconsume them. I try to cook more than I eat processed. But watching the woman that gave birth to you to actively continue to choose to be in misery, even if they just didn't know how to get out of it, but there's knowledge around us, there's ways around it, but sometimes our brain literally is so fucked up that we don't know how to get out of it. The importance of reconnecting with the vessel that is carrying us throughout the day is so important, because if you are literally feeling like you're suffering in your own body and your own brain and your own head, you can find ways to reconnect, find your needs, meet your needs, be there for yourself. Because this is something that I will 100%, I really truthfully don't care if anyone agrees with me on this, but I am saying this: if you are not choosing you, are you truthfully choosing your children? Are you truthfully choosing people that you love? If you're not choosing you, because if you're putting everyone else above you, at the end of the day, who is taking care of you? Who is telling you to stop eating that food? Who is literally being your own parent, because at some point we have to be there for ourselves. At some point we have to choose ourselves, set those boundaries, stop doing the things that we know are literally destroying us. We have to. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to get better, you do. If you want to choose your kids on a complete level, you do. There's things that we have to obviously choose because of our children, but there's a lot of things that we make excuses for it, why we can't go and work out, why we can't literally make sure we read a little bit, why we can't take a couple minutes to breathe. We're making excuses because we'd rather do that time scrolling. We'd rather do that time drinking. We'd rather spend that time partaking in whatever your choices of escapism is. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing something for you and healing your body and reconnecting with your body, are you truthfully choosing the people that you love? Food for thought, if anyone actually listens to this. It's time for me to start opening my throat chakra. And if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I love you guys.